A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go. Shout and go, Kings, go! Quack, quack, they cheer. A father and son, their passion sincere on the ice. Their love appears through the highs and lows in the years.
Welcome to Royally Quacked, the start of our off season, not the NHL's off season, but since both teams have been eliminated, we will go over the Stanley Cup playoffs still. Cody, how you doing?
Doing good. Sucks that I'm on call again, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, yeah, I'm on call this weekend too, so.
You're on call this weekend?
Oh yeah, because we have FedEx can't deliver because they're closed Monday, so we have to put things on flights. I was dealing with that a lot yesterday, which I'm still not completely I understand at all. I had a help from the guy from Florida. We were on a Teams call for about 3 hours yesterday.
Fun.
I'm getting the hang of it, but there's a lot more to it than I just haven't ever dealt with it. So
yeah,
I make it through this weekend. I'm going to be happy because I'm planning on volunteering for New Year's next year. So it gives me a year and a half not to have to do it.
There you go.
So
I remember when I was on call for New Year's. I'm like, I'd rather be on call for New Year's than Christmas.
I don't ever want to be on call for Christmas.
Yeah.
So
especially what I'm doing. Oh, our propane doesn't work. We thought we could get another weekend. Yeah, if you're cooking that much, no. Anyways,
plan ahead. People
yes.
Plan ahead.
Amen to that. So we're into the off season now. There's no game recaps this week, no game predictions. So let's start with some Kings news. Go first, Dad.
Okay, not a whole lot going on, but I'm going to start off with we know we have the World Championships happening right now for the IIHF, I believe, or is it L?
IIHF.
Yeah. So we have a few people involved, not a whole lot. Martin Chromiak's playing for Slovakia, and they've played well. Slovakia's played well. Coach DJ Smith and head equipment manager Darren Granger are representing Team Canada. So we have nobody on Team USA. I don't think they have any huge stars, but Tkachuk, right?
Tkachuk, I can look. Let's see. United States.
Good morning, honey. How are you? Anyways.
Morning, Mom. Sorry, I had to get off the. Let's see. James Hagen, Tkachuk, Isaac Howard. Yeah, I mean, I would say those are the main. Tkachuk's like the top dog there for sure. Definitely not as stacked as like last season's. They had Cutter, Lacombe, Thompson, Keller, Jeremy Swayman was the goalie. Definitely not as stacked.
They lost to Switzerland right to start the whole thing off. So I haven't seen how they've done. I haven't. This whole thing has been overwhelming for me at work. So I haven't totally been focused on hockey this week. Sorry, fans. I'm not totally focused on that.
I'll go over the standings after.
Yeah, well, I'll go on with Kings news. I'm sure you all probably have heard all about this. It sounds like the LA Kings and the Edmonton Oilers still won't have permission to speak to former Golden Knights coach Bruce Cassidy. However, as far as I know, the Maple Leafs have been granted permission. Really? I thought they were waiting till the playoffs were over, which that's what their excuse was. So why would you give one team that advantage? I mean, I know out of their division, out of their conference. That's probably why. On to other Kings news. The Los Angeles Kings midseason trade addition of star winger Artemi Panarin could spell the end of pending UFA Andrei Kuzmenko. I do believe they're not going to re-sign him. And this is written by Eric Stevens of The Athletic. Kuzmenko is likely not needed now that the Kings have committed to Panarin. Not just that, I mean, they're going to have to bring some youth up, or they're going to have to bring some veterans in. And they don't have enough cap space, I don't believe, to go crazy bringing in veterans. So they're probably going to, like a Kenny Connors or somebody like him, they're probably going to get a chance. I don't think Malot's going to be back either. I mean, as well as I thought he played a little bit above his head last season for us. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, DJ Smith is not still believed. He is in the mix, according to GM Ken Holland, for the coaching position still.
That's per Elliot Friedman.
I that's not Elliot Friedman. I listened to Ken talk about it. He had an 18-minute interview with Jared Shaffrin, and I can't remember who else was in that one, but Jared Shaffrin, the radio announcer for the Kings.
Okay.
Yeah, so he is in the mix. You know, it's gonna get settled. It's definitely going to get settled before the draft, and maybe hopefully a week or two before that to prepare them. But I wouldn't expect anything until probably at least 2 to 3 more weeks before they really hone it down to bring in a coach for the Kings this year. And it's a big decision. It could change the whole dynamic of what the Kings have been doing in the past. I mean, one thing is, I think the fans are ready to have a little more excitement on the ice and a lot less of, let's try not to lose. I mean, that's the way I'm going to put it. Let's try not to lose by playing the best defense we can. I think it takes both great defense and a good offense to win. They have an okay or below average offense. And I wonder what Adrian Kempe would do if they opened the gates a little bit, or not just him, maybe even Byfield. Maybe that's what's holding him back. I mean, I don't know if anybody's thought about that. I mean, everybody's been disappointed in his offensive output the last few years. Maybe if we went to a more offensive-minded set like the Ducks did this year, maybe that's what it takes for someone like him to shine. And then once he gets that confidence, who knows where it could go from there. I'm hoping for it. So, Dominic Didier, who spent 10 years with the LA Kings, most recently as marketing director, will be the general manager of the PWHL Las Vegas. And then not just that, Riom, who spent 4 years with the Kings as a scout and development coach, will now be the general manager. Excuse me, I got to get my notes to.
Sorry, that was supposed to be Manning. And I guess the autocorrected.
Well, that happens a lot.
Manning.
Yeah, Manning Riom. I mean, she played in the NHL a little bit. She was that good. She'll be the general manager of Detroit. When's LA going to get a team?
Probably might be a few more years.
You think they'd put a team in LA?
Well, I think what the issue was, I mean, we could talk about this later because we're also going to talk about it in league news as well. With all the two other teams that are here, so we'll talk about that when we do league news.
Okay. Well, that's it for Kings news. Not a ton. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, we'll get some more exciting stuff coming in. Then going into the draft and so forth, and then free agency. And then you guys got to hang out because we're going to probably have some really fun podcasts. Maybe not completely talking about just hockey, but just talking about fun.
Yeah, I like that.
I know we talked about getting a few of our buddies on and talking about umpire stories. I know we've shared some of them on, but you know, a lot of these guys we've worked with before, and we have stories with them. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Have you nailed down who we? I know we're going to bring Adam in. Who else? Maybe Eric.
Eric said he could come on after the playoffs. Yeah, he sent me some pictures a couple weeks ago. I should have uploaded them, but they're. So Eric works in sports memorabilia, and he sent me 4 pictures. It was actually, let me pull it up. I could describe it probably better if I look at what I'm talking about. Let's see, Eric Rodriguez. So he's 4 pictures. Of course, I have to download them. Thank you, iPhone. It was random stuff, you know, some hockey shorts, hockey shorts. Oops. And then,
yeah, everybody saw that real clear.
Oh, okay, here. Hockey shorts.
Yeah, hold it up there for a second. Whose hockey shorts are those?
Well, it's none other than USA captain Austin Matthews, and that's Eric right there.
Yeah.
Then he also had pictures of his sticks from the Olympics, has his name on it and everything. And then also some looks like some Toronto Maple Leafs jerseys next to him. I told him if one of those sticks, you know, randomly comes misplaced, I'll happily hide it for him.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to do the same.
Yeah. So, yes, we will try to have Eric, Adam on. I'm pretty sure there's others we could easily have on and have some fun conversations with.
Oh yeah.
And then
got some stories in there.
Well, I know I can save this to the end, but I can also say it now. We're also planning on doing like what we did last year, bringing on like our own special panel of, you know, Ducks people and Kings people, and doing player grades again. I don't know. Yeah. I had fun with it last year.
It was fun. So I'd be more than happy to do it again. Hopefully we could get some pretty decent people other than Captain Chaos on that.
Yeah, I doubt we
on that broadcast.
That's I think it's hard to even keep you in the comments alone, Adam.
Yeah. Every time I think of Adam, I think of, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the Captain Caveman cartoons. He would always yell, Captain Caveman. I think Captain Chaos when it comes to Adam. So
I think you're the only one that thought of that.
It just that's what it makes me think of, is what I was saying. Okay. So if anybody doesn't know what that is, look it up on the internet, look up Captain Caveman, listen to what he says, and it's yeah.
All right.
Now move on.
On to Ducks news. All right. Goaltending prospect and 2026 Olympian Damian Clara has joined up with Team Italy in Switzerland for the IIHF Championship. Also, Granlund will join with Finland, and also Ducks prospect and San Diego goal Stan, the Norwegian nightmare himself, Solberg, will also represent Norway. Well, like I said, after we finish league news, we will also talk about like standings and everything like that, and kind of go over some stats. Let's see, what did Adam say? Well, I'm working on the truck today, so I'll be here, not here. Makes sense? And no, he's not the only one. No, I know you're in we always know you're in the chat, Mom. All right, next up. Radko Gudas said he was pretty close to returning from his ankle injury that occurred at the end of the regular season. Since the injury I had a couple years ago, it's been still lingering through the whole time I was here. We didn't like the way it looked. So, and he also said he would like to stay in Anaheim. So I guess the time he's been an Anaheim Duck, I guess he's had some type of ankle injury.
Yeah, that's
So
unfortunate.
it kind of explains a lot. But I mean, he's what, 34, 35 years old now. Like I know he's up there in age. Hasn't looked himself the last 2 seasons, and I feel like I said it might be his time to maybe find another team. That's just how I'm feeling. I know there's other people love him on the team. I respect their opinion, but I know majority of the people are like, no.
Hey, Cody, we have a caller. Radko Gudas wants to talk to you.
Oh yes, yeah. It's funny how you get the call and I don't. I'm hosting.
Well, he didn't want to call you. He wanted to see if you wouldn't let him in.
Oh, I mean, he could have. I would love to have him on. So Cutter Cody said in his, as what they call breakup day in hockey, pretty much when cleanup day and clean out your locker. He spoke to the reporters and said he would like to lead Anaheim to the next level. That sounds very, very good for Ducks fans to hear.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yep. Next up, Elliot Friedman said on 32 Thoughts that he could see newly acquired John Carlson wanting to go play for an East Coast team. But he also, Carlson said he loved his time at Anaheim and he wouldn't mind staying. But, like I said, it all depends on, the contracts. He's 36 years old. I know they're saying, actually, we'll go to the next one right now because it's kind of talk about what I'm going to talk about next. And I know it's not someone who we all trust, but it's Frank Saravalli. He said with John Carlson and the Ducks, and this is what Saravalli said, I don't think he's coming on any sort of discount. They're going to have to pay market rate. I don't know how much of a stomach the Ducks have for that. And he said on Frankly Hockey, his show that us Ducks fans unfortunately have to kind of watch sometimes on Victory Plus. So I did a John Carlson, Jacob Trouba contract projections Ducks Digest just last night. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can kind of hear what Evolving Hockey and AFP Analytics thought about it. I mean, we can always talk about it here a little bit later, but if you want it now, go there and you can definitely check that out. Next up on Ducks News, Jacob Trouba found a fresh start in Anaheim. This is what he said: something I'll always be appreciated of. Pat and the organization took a chance on me when I was down, and I was certainly down. So I would say he definitely helped revive his career here in Anaheim, because I'm pretty sure he was definitely wasn't looking pretty in New York when he was there, and sounds like he found a new home. So I wouldn't mind seeing Trouba back at the right price. But if we bring Trouba back, that means we're probably not bringing Carlson or Gudas back. So, and then Cutter also said, every winning team has core guys that lead the way, and that's something I want to become and I want to embrace with this team, which is also what he was kind of saying with he would like to lead this team. Sorry. Adam says, I can throw darts blindfolded out of boarding with better news than Frank. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have the screenshot of all the injuries? I don't think I do. All right, I could pull that up pretty quick. Let me find it. I know someone's posted it at least once. Sorry, let me go to my Discord. All right, here are the injuries that the Ducks went through during the playoffs. There's some that we kind of knew, and there's some that were like, wait, what? Troy Terry, we all knew he was injured because during off days he was not, practicing. He was always taking a maintenance day, and that was going into that was also like towards like the last 10 or 12 games in the regular season. But Troy Terry had chronic hip impingement and will undergo surgery in the near future. His timeline is to be determined. Cutter Gauthier, we also know who had an L1, L2 broken vertebrae that he suffered against the Toronto Maple Leafs on March 30th, and then scored a power play goal right after, and then went to the locker room right after, and we didn't see him for 5 games. But he also had transverse process fracture, but he was cleared to play already. Ryan Poehling, we already knew he was hurt, and it was, as we all thought, he did have a concussion, and he is now cleared of symptoms. So hopefully, he's definitely back and ready before training camp happens. Pavel Mintyukov had an MCL sprain, and he will be ready for training camp. Radko Gudas, he had the ankle sprain, was cleared to play, had the Ducks advanced to the Western Conference Final. And last but not least, Drew Hellison, who was injured, I want to say in Game 3, but we didn't know, and that's when Mintyukov, Zellweger, and Moore came back in the lineup. Drew Hellison had a groin strain, and he will be ready by training camp. And that's it for Ducks news.
So let's go on to league news then. Timothy Liljegren signs a 2-year, $6.5 million contract. That's $3.25 million AAV with the Washington Capitals.
Hearing Patrick Laine has once again been linked to the Winnipeg Jets, back where he was drafted, for a reunion. Additionally, the LA Kings have been linked to Laine again as well.
Well, he is a goal scorer.
Yes.
So we'll see. I mean, you have to get him at a decent price. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings where we're going to go. So, and the Vancouver Canucks have fired Adam Foote as their head coach.
I'm sorry, but that was just, I don't agree with that. I would have probably given him one more year, but I understand it's, you got the Sedins, the co-presidents of hockey operations, and now you got Ryan Johnson as the new general manager, but like one season and boom, gone. Unless like it was just that bad, and like the exit interviews were like, hey, no, Adam's not the guy. So that's the only reason I can see that. All right, next up, offer sheet compensations. So right now, if you do anything less than 1.575 million, there's no compensation for the other team. If you go anywhere between 1.75 million and 2.387 million, it's a third round draft pick. 2.3, if it's anything more than 2.387 million to 4.775 million, it's a second round draft pick. And anything greater than 4.775 million to 7.163 million, it's a first and a third.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it gets better, doesn't it?
Yeah. 7.163, anything greater than 7.163 million to 9.551 million. It is a first, second, and a third round pick. And remember, these have to be your own picks. They cannot use on another team. So if you have another team's first and second and third round pick, no, you have to use your own.
Yeah, the Kings can't even do anything for somebody like that because they don't have a third round pick.
Well, I mean, unless they trade and try to get theirs back, wherever it is.
Well, right now, that's what I was saying.
Oh.
They could try to do that if they want to do something.
Like I had an idea, but we'll talk about it right after. So,
okay.
Next up, anything more than 9.551 million to 11.9 million. It's 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a third-round pick, and anything greater than 11.939 million, it's 4 first-round picks. So,
ouch.
Yeah. Now, Jeff Merrick came up with a very funny way for teams. He said it for one team, but I could see it for both teams. And I can see maybe the Ducks. I thought of the Ducks a way of doing it because that's how I was thinking of it. He was saying it'd be funny for Edmonton to trade to get their first round pick back from San Jose and then go offer sheet Pavel Dorofeyev from Vegas, especially with the whole Bruce Cassidy thing. And I was thinking, like, okay, well, Edmonton's not the only team, and I'm pretty sure they won't have that much cap space either unless they trade away like a Darnell Nurse somehow. But I was like thinking, like, the Kings could probably do something like that. Like,
yeah, there's been talk of that, but they'd have to go get their third round pick back. I don't know. I don't even know who has that. It's a first, second, and a third round pick.
Yeah.
And is he going to want to leave Vegas?
I mean, but Vegas doesn't have that much cap space for next season. Let me see. We'll go to
you would think not with Marner and Eichel's contracts.
I believe if I remember right, someone said they had like only like 4 million something in cap space.
Well, they got goaltenders they can get rid of.
Well, yeah, but they have to do that. Where did I see it? Is it cap wages? It might be cap wages. Oh, my thing froze. All right. But I was thinking, like, hey, like, wouldn't it be funny if, say, the Ducks trade something to Washington and get their first round pick back? Say we trade Mason McTavish. I'm just saying, just an example. To Washington, we get our first round pick, and then we go offer sheet Pavel Dorofeyev. Let's see.
He has to want to come to Anaheim too.
So right now, Vegas has 2.925 million in cap space available next year. And like I said, they still have to sign. Howden is a UFA. Let's see. Brandon Saad is. Colton Simmons, Cole Smith, Braden Bowman, Rasmus Anderson, Jeremy Lazon, Brett Hutton, and Dylan Coughlin are all UFAs, and they have the one RFA, and that's Pavel Dorofeyev. And they were saying his cap space, this is a cap projections, a courtesy of Analytics. And they were saying he has 2 contracts that they can see him getting a short term, like a bridge deal or a long term deal, is 2 years at 6.2 million a year, or 6 years at 8.9 million. So if you do that one, it's a first, second, and a third. For if you do 6 years times 8.9, that falls under round 1, round 2, and round 3.
Right.
I mean, unless you do 2 years at the 6.2 million.
See,
that's only going to cost the first and the third.
So if you're Vegas and you're stuck, do you decide I want to keep him, so I'm going to get rid of something else to keep him? That's probably what they're going to do, because he's a goal scorer. He's been getting better every year.
Yeah.
I would see them getting rid of some other dead weight. I mean, the only problem with the whole thing is that cap space kills you when you have, a bunch of superstars. I mean, they got two of the best in Marner and Eichel.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of ways this can go. they could trade him and his rights, and then the contract could go to a team that has space, like say the Ducks, and maybe they could get McTavish.
Well, the thing is that you want to try to send this before that happens. So that, because once you send the offer sheet, so say the Kings like, hey, we'll give Dorofeyev the 2 years at $6.2 million a year, then Vegas only has 1 week to do that.
Yeah.
So then they try to do
Could they not?
everything in a week.
I guess
and then
because he's
who do you think is really going to help Vegas?
Nobody.
Exactly. So that's why I thought it'd be kind of funny for, Edmund. Like I said, it was Jeff Merrick's idea. And that's what I love about listening to Jeff Merrick. He always comes up with these random thoughts like that. And it's just like, wow, I can actually see how that makes sense.
Interesting.
So, yeah. All right. And then, so let's go back to league news. I just thought that was kind of, I know we went on a whole tangent with offer sheets, but I mean, I could see this season. I know we said it last season, but then again, everyone was hyping up last season, like, oh, well, this is last year. I think a lot of people are going to do offer sheets, and we didn't get one offer sheet. But I can probably see at least one this offseason.
Might happen. So now back to league news.
Yes.
First buyout window begins later of June 15th or 40 hours after the end of the Stanley Cup finals.
Sorry, 48 hours. Auto-corrected for some reason. Let's see. Club elected arbitration first window is June 15th, or 48 hours after the end of the final, and the second window is July 5th at 5:01 p.m. to July 6th at 5 p.m.
Wow. And the 2026 NHL draft in Buffalo is June 26th, 7 p.m. for the first round, June 27th at 10 a.m. for rounds 2 through 7.
Yeah, free agency begins July 1st at 12 p.m. RFA talks offer sheet starting June 30th.
That's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern time.
Just want to make sure. So that's
9
a.m. for us.
I want to try. I think, so when is July 1st? What day is that? Like, let's see.
It's like
it is
Tuesday?
It's a Wednesday. Ooh, I'm going to try.
Yeah, it's Wednesday because July 3rd is Friday.
Maybe what I'll do is maybe take a sick day that day and then go live. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I've already got a lot of time off in July.
Are you off July 1st?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
More towards the end?
Yeah, the 10th through the Friday the 10th and through Monday the 13th. And then tentatively your sister's family's coming out the 17th to the 24th of July. So I took that week off. And then I took the 31st off.
Gee, I wonder why you took that day off.
Well, one, will be your mom and I's 44th anniversary.
Oh, your Jerry West anniversary.
Jerry West anniversary. Well, I hadn't thought about that one, but I like that analogy, Yeah. So, and then that's what the stay sassy.
Stay classy.
Classy.
Stay sassy. All right, Adam. Sorry, it's now changed to the stay sassy.
I think I like that better. Let's be sassy. Well, Adam is sassy. Maybe that's why I thought of it.
Oh God, that is gonna be clipped right there. Oh, that's the deal. the Stay Sassy.
Hey, I gotta get a reel in there once in a while, right?
Oh God, that was so funny. Yeah,
Well,
Adam, if this was your time to, be here for that one. Oh God, that's hilarious. I'm about to clip that and send it to Andrea. She'd love that too.
and he's gonna be under he's under a truck right now.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's move on. We talk about the free agency. Player elected arbitration due July 5th at 5 p.m. EST. Hearing dates through July 20th through the August 1st. And Mom says we are sassy.
Thanks, honey. So are you. I got me totally off. Second buyout window, 48-hour period starting at 5 p.m. on the third day after team's last arbitration case is done.
All right, I got Adam in the comment. I'm leaving that one alone because I don't want to get in trouble over Gary being old. Just blame my dad on that one. But now you know you have to change the tournament to Stay Sassy now. Yeah.
Well, it definitely fits Adam better than Stay Classy. What?
Stay
What?
Sassy.
Well, Andrea, classy. Adam, sassy.
What was the last one you did?
You're on the LTIR.
All right, the max LTIR relief. So that's if your player is injured and isn't out long term, you can only, this is the max relief you can get for that player. So, like, for instance, say Matthew Tkachuk gets hurt again. I hope it doesn't happen. But the max relief, if he's able to come back during the season, the max relief you can get is $3.9 million. If he's out for the full season, like he's not playing another game from the time he's injured to the end of the Stanley Cup final, if he's not playing, then you can use his full contract, like the full term. Whatever, I think he's like making like $9.5 million. So that's the difference now with the new CBA. So yeah, and then now it's your turn.
Sabres have signed head coach Lindy Ruff to a 2-year extension. I guess terms were not announced as far as the money on that.
They never talk about the money with the coaches usually. All right, and then Patrick Allvin is leaving the Vancouver Canucks organization. There was a sense he'd consider sticking around for another role, but that's not the case per Darren Dreger. And then I'll also do this one too. The TV playoff numbers for the first 2 rounds. There was a record-setting run continues as U.S. ratings increased 55%. Highest average viewership for round 2 on record. It was the most watched Stanley Cup playoffs across North America on record through rounds 1 and 2. North America round 2, the 2026 are averaging 3.3 million viewers, marking the highest total North American viewership through 2 rounds on record. Monday's Game 7 of Buffalo Montreal round 2 series attracted an average audience of 8 million. And let's see, and the Game 7 was the most watched game so far of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And then let's see. Round 2 of the 2026 Stanley Cup delivered an average audience of 1.9 viewers in the U.S., up 55% versus round 2 in 2025. This marks the highest average viewership for Stanley Cup playoffs round 2 on record in the United States. Both ESPN and TNT Sports delivered their most viewed second round at the current rights deal. We got a lot of. All right. Adam said, I'm not involved enough to change the name. Long story short, Vegas can't cheat as easily.
Oh,
for the LTIR thing.
Yeah, they'll find a way. The PWHL will have 4 new teams next year: Detroit, Hamilton, Las Vegas, and San Jose.
Yep.
No
So-
Los Angeles team yet, or Orange County team.
So
Do they have a San Diego team? No, I don't think
No.
they do.
no, the closest team to us is a Vegas team. I'm sorry, I'm still not, gonna root for any Vegas team right now. From what I heard is, I think it all comes down to venue availability as well. Like I said, San Jose, I think the SAP Center is not as busy as Staples Center or the Pond is, because I there's always something going on at those two arenas. What only makes me think it could have worked. I mean, you have the Pachanga Arena in San Diego. You also have the Ontario, or sorry, the Ontario Reign Arena. I'm pretty sure they could easily just do like a Southern California team, but what would you name that? Just have one team and they could play in either San Diego or Ontario or Anaheim or LA.
Also, I gotta say is it's got to have Sassy in it somewhere.
The Sassy Cats. I don't know.
Sassy something. I'm not
Sassy
sure I
something.
want to say cats, but hey, I'll go with that. The Ontario Sassy Cats. It's
Ontario
got a ring to it.
I don't know. But what would you name like a Orange County LA team like combined? Like, because they could play at either of those arenas.
A
lot of dead air.
Well, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This wasn't pre-planned.
I know.
So,
I just thought of it too.
I guess that's not my forte. It's the name.
Yeah, I honestly I can't think of one either. But maybe,
hey, that's something. You guys reach out.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe what they could do is just have eventually an Anaheim team or an LA team eventually in the future. You can always just do that. So, but yeah, it's good to see Detroit get a team, because I know they should have gotten one when it probably almost first started. But like I said, now there's 12 teams in the league, so it's growing. And then congratulations to the Montreal Victoire from the PWHL winning their first Walter Cup championship for the PWHL. Finally, a new team has won, because Minnesota won the first 2 cups. So the first Canadian team, Montreal, wins the Walter Cup.
LA Blades, Adam said.
Bring back for the PWHL. Okay.
Yeah, Blades is all right.
Yeah.
Better than what I came up with.
Yeah.
How about the LA Sassy Blades?
I got to put my calendar. Go on Indeed and look for new co-hosts.
Oh, well. Let me know when you find them.
It's free. There's no pay. Must know how to work computer. Last guy didn't.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
You're just wanting to make points today, are you?
Oh yeah. He also says, or just take over the Orange County Angels. Do better than the MLB team.
That's the only thing I actually could think of was Angels. But yeah, they can't be any worse than them.
Yeah. You heard the whole trend that's going on with the Angels right now?
Oh, we were there.
The tarps off thing.
Did you not? They got, I don't know, 100 guys up in the top level, right field corner. Take their shirts off. They're swinging them. Yell, sell the team. Sell the team. Sell the team. And then they said some other choice things, which was I can't
Fudge.
repeat. Yeah. Yeah.
Fudge. Artie Moreno.
Well, just Artie.
Oh,
No Moreno was in there. Yeah, they were saying some things that weren't young people friendly. So, but they were funny. People were filming them almost the whole time.
yeah.
I'm sure the girls were trying to get pictures of the guys with the washboard stomachs too.
From
I'm
what
sure
I
they
saw,
had some.
there wasn't many of them.
I did. They were right behind us where we were. We were on field level.
Oh, okay.
Paid. The tickets were paid by my company, so we didn't have to pay to go to the game other than parking and food. And just so any of you fans know,
I'm not spending any of my hard-earned money towards Artie.
well,
so.
we didn't have dinner, so 2 angel dogs and 2 souvenir sodas, $41.
Jesus. Pass.
Yeah, it did taste good. I gotta admit that.
Oh, did I tell you what happened at the Ducks game when we were all there?
I don't know.
So I asked him if he wanted, because they have those the beer things where it pours for yourself.
Yeah.
So I told Tim, like, hey, you want to split one and then you can keep the cup. I already have all 3, so you can keep the cup. He's like, okay. So and he's like, oh, I don't want one right now. I'm like, all right, I'll take the first beer. You can have the second beer. So I was like, all right, cool. So I go, I get the beer, and the first period happened. It was 3-0, and I walked over and looked at Tim, and I was like, yeah, you're not getting the second beer. He's like, all right. I'm like, I'm taking the second beer. I mean, you can still have the cup, but I'm taking the second beer.
So Mom came up with some pretty good names here.
All right. Ontario Ice Queens. Ontario. She got I like the Valkyrie one. I like that one the most.
Isn't there a basketball team, Valkyries? In the WNBA?
I don't know. I barely know any of the teams in the WNBA, but I don't know. But
I want to say
the Ontario Fury one I like too, but that was from the indoor soccer club there that they had there. I'd like the Valkyries one the most. Well, I think that's like more hockey. I like that one. That was good. I like the Ontario Valkyries.
Yeah, there's Valkyries. I don't know. Golden State Valkyries in the WNBA. So they do. There is a name like that, but I'm sure Mom got that from Thor, right?
I don't know, but I like the Ontario Valkyries. I think that's the best one. I like the Ontario Fury one too, but I think that was the indoor soccer team that played there.
Yeah, the Ice Queens isn't bad either, though.
Yeah, but that's just kind of
Los Angeles Ice Queens, Kings, Queens.
Mom,
Hey!
chat GTP is fun. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Mom's been a monster on Chat GPT.
Oh, anything's better than what Dad tried to do with Chat GTP that one time, where all of a sudden, like, something happened with a corgi and stuff like that. That was the most random thing ever.
I forgot all about that. That was funny as hell.
Because I think it was like something like you wanted to like spice up our intro for the podcast, and all of a sudden it started talking about like attack corgis or something, and I was like, what am I reading here?
I think I think it was at work, and I did that. And were we talking? Yeah, I think we were, weren't we?
No,
or did I call you and tell you about it? It was funny. Yeah, I had forgotten all about that. That was fun. Yeah. It was it was more about like English royalty and how the corgis got in there. I'm not exactly sure, but it was fun.
I'm trying to see if I can find it. I don't know which email you sent it to.
I don't. Oh, I sent you the whole thing, didn't I? I thought it. Yeah, that was hilarious.
I can't. I'll have to find it.
We'll find it and share it next week.
You have to go to your sent file.
Well, I got to see if I sent it from my.
You sent it to me from your work email. What's your work email?
You want me to repeat it over the air,
or text it to me? All right, I'll send me your work email, and I'll do the DraftKings ad. I'll do the whole thing. Just do that because I got to read this. It's too funny. All right. So while Dan's doing that, I'm gonna do the ad.
I'm not sure I can
the Stanley
find
Cup
it.
playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has a new customer offer. When ice gets coldest, the best players in the world show you exactly who they are. Playoff warriors turn it up round by round, and DraftKings turns it up with them from the first round all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Bet player props, bet live. From opening faceoff to the final horn, every moment matters. New DraftKings customers bet just $5 and you'll receive $100 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN so you're ready for the moment. That's code THPN. Turn $5 into $100 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
I can't find it. I searched for it. I can't find it.
Reset. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, that's why. I put your name in. I need to put your email address in.
All right. Let's see.
So why don't you keep going and I'm looking for it.
All right. So now we're going to move on to playoff recaps since there's no game recaps, no upcoming games for our teams. So last time we talked, we didn't have a winner between Buffalo and Montreal. So they had to go to Game 7, and it was a doozy. Montreal did win in 7 games after winning an overtime thriller in Game 7 against the Buffalo Sabres. So the Buffalo Sabres season is officially over. And so Montreal moves on, and they play the team that's been well-rested and had 12 days off, the Carolina Hurricanes, who are a perfect 8-0 until, we'll talk about that next part in a second. 30 new Colorado and Vegas were playing against each other. And Vegas and Colorado played first. Vegas took a 1-0 lead after winning Game 1 4-2. But also Colorado did not have Cale Makar for this game. So they went 4-2. I don't want to go over the scores because I don't like Vegas. And then in Game 2 happened last night, Colorado, and again Cale Makar was out again, and Colorado did score first, but then the Golden Knights came back and took the win, and now Vegas took both games in Vegas, and now Vegas is up 2-0 and heading back to Vegas now.
I have it, Cody.
You have it?
Yeah. Do you want to go now or finish the playoffs?
Let me finish the playoffs.
Okay. Then I'm going to do it. I'll do it because I have it up right now.
Okay. That's fine. Let me finish this and then it's all yours. All right. And so Montreal and Carolina play against each other now. And in the very, very high scoring game to start with, Islanders scored. Not Islanders. Hurricanes scored 33 seconds in, and then the Canadians just score 27 seconds later. It was like 1-1, and not even barely a minute has even gone into the game, and then the Canadians just kept scoring after that. I believe they had a 4-1 lead after the first period, and just utter domination from Hurricanes in the second period, but unfortunately I believe they can only get one back, and then in the third period the Canadians held the Hurricanes it was over 18 and a half minutes with not one shot on goal that whole third period. 18 and a half minutes. So Carolina didn't get a shot on goal till there was 90 seconds left in the game. And Canadians take a 6-2 win, and now Montreal leads the series 1-0. Game 2 is tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. So if I would be watching both these series. Have been very entertaining so far. So like I said, I'm still have the Canadians beating Carolina. A lot of people have Carolina just because they have better. I'm like I like the way the Canadians are set up right now. So, and who knows with the Vegas Colorado series, because that's not looking pretty for Colorado right now, especially with Cale Makar being injured. So
yeah, that hurts a lot.
Yeah.
So this is what I put into Chat GPT. It's time again for another episode of Royally Quack. Take it away, Gary and Cody. Now, this is the response I got back. Gary, ladies and gentlemen, kings and commoners, welcome back to Royally Quacked, the only show where the crown is optional, but the chaos is guaranteed. Now, this is Cody now. That's right, Gary. And today, the royal drama is spicy in capital letters. We're talking scandals, surprises, and one absolutely unhinged Corgi incident. That just cracks me up. Back to me. I still can't believe they let Corgis near the throne room after last time. Cody, let is a strong word. I heard they stormed it. Organized, tactical, and honestly impressive. Gary, moving on. Before we get banned from yet another palace, today's top story, a mysterious late-night meeting at the castle. No guards, no announcement, just candlelight and whispers. Cody, classical royal behavior. It is happening in the dark. It's either a secret alliance or someone forgot where the light switch is again. Gary, sources say it involves a long-lost heir. Cody, oh, here we go. Every season needs one. Let's guess. Raised in secrecy, don't know their royalty, probably amazing hair. You know it, flows majestically in slow motion for no reason. Cody, nature's crown. Gary, nature's crown. Now back to me. Meanwhile, tensions are rising across the kingdom. Nobles are arguing. Alliances are shifting. Cody, and someone replaced the royal feast menu with just bread. Just bread, Gary. Me, that's not a feast, Cody. That's a cry for help. Cody, or a gluten-based power move. Gary, either way, things are escalating, and if history tells us anything, Cody, it's that it's going to end in either a coronation or a catastrophe. Gary, or both. Cody, preferably both. Gary, well, that's all today for today's episode of Royally Quacked. Stay regal. That's what you said. I stay chaotic, and both. We'll see you next time.
So, long story short, my dad's not allowed AI anymore.
You can't tell me that isn't hilarious.
No, it is hilarious, but it's a good thing I do all the social media stuff. Can you imagine this stuff going on? I'm posting something about you talking about a Kings trade, and then all of a sudden there was corgis in the post caption.
I think we'd get a lot of views. I put it in Chat GPT just to see what it would do. Yeah, I had no idea that was coming out.
So with Chat GPT, you got to tell like, hey, write me a podcast intro for a Ducks and Kings hockey podcast called Royally Quacked, where it's a father and son. You got to be very descriptive with Chat GPT. But Adam says that's actually brilliant.
I literally, it took me about 5 minutes after I stopped crying. I was laughing so hard to even let you know that happened.
I read it. I'm like, I think I mentioned, I'm like, what the hell did you just send me?
I understand. I need to be more descriptive. I just did it. I was bored, unlike this week. I was bored for that day for some reason. So I just popped that in there and then I got the response back. I go, holy crap. That thing went like crazy.
Yeah.
So I
started reading like something about, I was like, wait, what does this have to do with hockey?
It doesn't. That was what was so funny about it.
Oh God, it was too funny.
You know what? We'll have to do something like that again because we could always use a good laugh, right?
All right, now we got to do it more centered, since yours was more king centered on this one, or both. I don't care, but I was like, what am I reading here? It's time for another episode of Royally Quacked. I just want to know, there was nothing quacked in this. It's all, everyone was just cracked up on.
It was totally quacked when you think about it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you just that was now funny. You need to know, you need to be very descriptive with AI stuff.
Oh man,
trust me, you should see some of the stuff some of the stuff I have to do. I'm like, no, add this, take away that, do this instead, make it shorter, make it long. I'm like, sometimes I'm having a full-on conversation just to get exactly what I want.
I was bored. I go, oh, I'm gonna just see what it says. And then it came out with that. I just didn't expect it to be that much. With that little information, it really just took it and ran with it.
Was that your first time ever using AI?
No.
Oh, okay. Just because, I know I use Copilot because I use Microsoft Edge on my computer.
Yeah, exactly, Adam. The quack part was all the chaos. It was quacked.
That's very true. Like with the one I use, like I said, I use Copilot.
Yeah, we got Copilot at work. That's what we use a lot with emails and letters and stuff.
So yeah, but it usually saves information. So I'm like trying to do, like I'm making like post captions, or I'm making like a description. It usually remembers what I put last time. So kind of like especially for hashtags, like make me and it'll add in like hashtag Royally Quacked. It'll add in all the hashtags. It'll add in like the THBN, like the Hockey Podcast Network stuff too. So that really helps. So I just got to make sure I have it where, because sometimes it gets my Royally Quacked stuff mixed up with my Ducks Digest stuff. So I forgot to tell you this on YouTube. I want to say I don't know if it was our last episode or the episode before, but someone commented saying, wait, Ducks Digest? Because he recognized me in the background on our episode, and he probably saw it on Ducks Digest.
Wow.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, you're frozen on my end. Am I frozen?
No, and I'm moving. Everything's moving on my end. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, you're frozen on my end.
I'm not frozen here. My internet's up. Maybe it's yours.
I hear you better now. I think it's all better now.
Okay.
It could be my end. I don't know.
Anyways.
But like I said, and it was also funny. I was doing, I have the guys usually help me with the Ducks Digest stuff. And sometimes they'll send me like stuff from like, Instagram or Twitter. It's usually mostly Twitter stuff. And the guy that's in charge of like the NHL stuff, like he'll help me with like a lot of the stuff. Like sometimes if I haven't messaged in the day, they'll send me like, oh, like here's some good topics to talk about. And he sent me tunes from Zach Kavanaugh, and then he sent me a video, a reel that I made for this podcast, talking about when the Ducks called up like all the AHL players, just to come up with the team and for emergency stuff just in case. And he sent that to me, and then I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, maybe he didn't know if that was me or not. And then it was funny because a couple of days later after that, he's like, hey man, like I just want to just talk face to face. That way I'm not just a name you're messaging. We can kind of get to know each other. So I was like, yeah. So we have a meeting, and I told him what happened, and he's like, wait, what? And then he went back and looked at the messages, and he's like, he looked at, because we did it like a Zoom. He looked at my background, then he looked at the background of the thing. He's like, holy crap, I didn't even notice that. I'm like, you sent me my own reel pretty much.
Well, hey, it was a good reel.
It was a good reel. So like I said, it was pretty funny. I will say that. But I want to say I'll try to have the player grades and for everyone to, vote on, and I'll try to have that up sometime this week. You don't have to name anyone yet. Do you have anyone ready for your side yet?
No, I don't think we're going to do it till right after. I don't want to do it during the playoffs at all. And then we have the draft and free agency coming. Boom, boom. And I was thinking right after that.
Okay, because
I think you did your Ducks one last year, August 2nd.
Is that when I did it?
Well, because we went to San Diego to see Brandon Lake and Phil Wickham, and I started the podcast, and then you guys just did it, and Mom and I went and had fun in San Diego.
Okay.
And I remember that date just because that was one of the greatest concerts I think I've ever been to.
I've only ever been to one concert. Really. I'm not counting the ones that like at Saddleback that we went to. I mean, it was Randy Travis, I believe. I've been to one or two there.
Randy Travis was really good, yeah.
Yeah, but the only one I remember, really remember going to, it was one that I went to a few years ago. It was a Fall Out Boy concert. That's the only one I would say I've ever really been to. The concerts are fun. I'd rather go to like a comedy show or I'd much rather go to a sporting event. So
yeah, I like concerts. They're fun.
Yeah, as long as they have seats. I'm not doing no standing room stuff.
Yeah, we sat for what was it? Foreigner, Styx. I can't remember who the other guy was. That was really good. And that's all, you guys don't know those. You should know those bands. I mean, like Foreigner was Cold as Ice. Everybody knows that song. I mean, Styx had a bunch of great songs too. But I've seen Elton John, seen Bruce Springsteen was incredible. that was long before you were born. I mean, he did like almost 4 hours concert.
Wow.
We were at the Coliseum where you can get there was 100,000 people there. That was incredible. I mean, he really put on a great show. But there's quite a few others we've been to too. So, but I would go to a concert again. Absolutely. But my first love to go to a hockey game more than anything else. So I still want to do a maybe I don't know if we can plan. We got to plan it next year because it's getting too. Obviously, we can't do it this year because we're in the playoffs already. But at least go to one of the places we decided we'd like to go. Maybe on a weekend, we do a weekend trip.
Yeah.
Go to San Jose or Vegas or Utah.
Yeah. Oh,
or we plan a family vacation where we hit all three. Would be fun.
Like a little road, like
a road trip.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know if Christina's in. I know Mom would be in on that. I mean, if
or just a father-son trip.
Yeah, but I'm gone a lot, so
yeah,
and it's like I'm gone 4 days a week.
True.
I mean, she doesn't see me for 4 days. I don't want to go on vacation without her now.
It makes me wonder if there's a way to like I mean, because it's easily like a drivable. All places are drivable.
It would be a driving vacation.
Like,
We'd go.
I don't know how mom would feel about it. I know Christina probably wouldn't like it, but maybe if we had an RV big enough, do like an RV trip.
Where we could sleep in it and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that would be cozy, wouldn't it? Well, it'd be five of us. If Tim
Who's
would
the
go.
fifth? Oh, if Tim would go, yeah.
I don't know if he'd want to go or not, but
Probably not.
we could talk about it. Can you drive an RV? I guess you could drive a truck.
No.
You can drive an RV.
you can do a father. So that's a no from mom.
Okay.
All
we
right,
could just take a car. You and I could do it if Tim didn't want to go.
I'm down. I mean, we can still do RV and still do it that way. It doesn't have to be as big of an RV now. We play our own music.
The only issue with that is, I mean, those things get no gas mileage. So everything you're spending in gas, you could put into a hotel room, take your car, and you got to pay for the rental of it.
I mean, this would be kind of a fun trip if you can get like, I know like we have cars that can do the trip, but like, you know, like get like a nice like Tesla and see how like driving an electric car and everything is. That would be kind of a cool thing to do.
You heard it here first. Gary doesn't love Cody. I didn't say that.
Wow. I see how it is, Dad.
Yeah, that would be, rent a car. I'd be in, but then we have to find where we could charge it all the time. That's the only thing. I mean,
but that's all done. You can do that on like the Teslas have that thing where like, oh, I'm trying to go to like probably start San Jose, then go to Salt Lake City, and then go to Vegas, and then back home. Kind of do like a little circle. And if you like, say I put in the maps like, oh, take me to like, say we get a hotel in San Jose, you put in the address for the hotel, and like once you get like close to being, when you get close to like, oh, like you're almost out of battery, it'll tell you like, oh, here's the charging stations up ahead. So it kind of like you can add it to your route.
We'll have to look into this, Cody.
I'm down. We have some time.
We have till next year to make this plan. So I'm in. I'm in if you're in. I don't know if Tim would want to go. If not, you and I can go and have a good time.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. If we can do, I mean, we'd have to plan it where all three teams are playing home games or close enough. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If not, then we just do 3 separate like weekend trips.
Yeah. That would work too.
So I'm fine with that. That sounds fun.
Yeah. I would love that. That would be awesome. I mean, it'd be not a cheap trip, but it would be fun.
Yeah. Well,
are we going to bring our jerseys?
Our jerseys? I mean, hopefully by that time we can have some Royally Quacked jerseys.
I didn't mean Royally Quacked. I meant like Kings and Ducks.
Go
there.
Okay. Okay. So I have a peeve.
I know you do. That's why I said it, just to get to see if
no, I'm gonna say it here. I hate when people wear a hockey jersey to a game and that team is not playing at that game. Like when we were at the Ducks Vegas game 6, there was guys in Blackhawks jerseys, Red Wings jerseys, and I was like, what? Like, okay, I will give you a pass if that player used to play for that team and you're wearing and say they play for the Ducks, or I'll give you a pass. Like, I'm like, okay, like I can see what you're doing. You like the player, and but there's now on the Ducks or Vegas. But no, like some guy was wearing like a Patrick Kane Chicago Blackhawks jersey. I'm like, why? He's not playing on for either team. It bugs me. And even when we were in Nashville and stuff like that, I wasn't gonna wear my like Ducks stuff because, like I said, the Ducks weren't playing. There was no point.
Yeah.
Like I said, it bugs me. It's a huge pet peeve of mine. I hate it. It bugs me.
I do love the idea of a Royally Quacked jersey, though.
Yeah, I know Adam. I gotta talk to Adam about that, and I gotta make it. I forgot the website, so I'll have to ask Adam. I know he has the websites to make them and everything.
Mom just said Christina and I could meet you in Vegas. Okay, that would work
that
too.
Sounds about right.
That would work too.
I doubt they would want to go to San Jose or Utah. Well, Mom's been to Utah before, but not when they had a hockey team.
I've been to Utah.
I've been to Utah. That's where we picked up Tim's car.
Yeah, I know.
Or his old car.
Yeah, his old car.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I think I don't
do want to say
else.
what. No, I just a couple announcements. Like I said, I'll try to have those Ducks Kings player grade things out on social media, or I'll try to put the links in the show notes, either this episode or next episode. I already made them; they're already done. I'll double check them, but make sure they're all correct. And then, have you guys all put your grades in, and then like I said, we're gonna do a Duck show and a King show. Like I said, we'll each bring in our special panel. Like last year, I had Doug Stolhan, Kyle Carr, and who was my other one?
Adam.
Who's Colby from? I had Colby.
Oh, Adam didn't do it last year.
No.
Oh, shame on him.
And then
you feel dissed, Adam? I think I'd feel dissed on that one.
I've had Adam. I had Adam on for the all-time Ducks episode. So, but I said I'm down to have. Like I said, I'm okay with not even talking on that and just letting you guys talk on it. I think that our fans already probably get tired of me talking already, anyways.
Yeah,
I like to hear what other people's opinions are. Like usually, I could be pretty quick with the grade stuff. I
know who
last year. You had Eddie. Yeah, so Eddie would be good. Have Kevin, the one that helped us with doing the season predictions, the division predictions.
Yeah,
and I forgot who else you wanted. I can't, but like I said, we'll try to have a panel ready for you guys, and we'll let you know when it's going to happen. And then, so I did book us another interview episode. It'll happen June 13th, and 14th. Let's just say it's a
June 14th.
13th. I said 13th.
Not what I got on the calendar.
No,
I thought it was June 13th, but you sent it on the calendar.
Okay, I'll switch that because it's supposed to be.
Oh, it is June 13th. Okay,
it is June 13th. Let me switch.
Glad I got you there. Okay.
Yeah, so it is the 13th. So like I said, but yeah, so June 13th, we're gonna have a very mighty episode, I would say. I don't want to say yet, just in case if something happens, but I'm also super excited. But let's just say he's been a part of my life for a while now. Yeah, see, he put a CD didn't invite me for player grades, only the all-time team. But I will have Adam on for the player grades if he can do it. If we can, if everyone's schedule works.
Maybe there was a reason he couldn't be on. Maybe last year.
I think I asked him on, and I think he had a turn. I think he had games that day.
That's probably what happened, because we know we wouldn't go without Captain Chaos if we.
Yeah, I still haven't messaged any of my people that yet, so I'm probably gonna do that sometime this week, just so I have an idea. But yes.
Adam is equal to like that Corgi incident that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Chaos everywhere.
I just can't believe. All right. Let's see. All right. Did it switch for you now on your calendar? I just switched it.
I haven't looked. I'm glad I said something.
I'm glad you did too. But yeah, so there's on June 13th, we're going to have a very mighty podcast interview. And let's say this guy has been he's had an influence on my life since I was a young kid. Let's just put it that way, in a way. He was part of something that got me through the only surgery I've ever had, and I was 3 or 4 years old when I got my tonsils removed.
Oh yeah, I remember that day.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
I heard I was a little prick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it that way. You were very agitated when you came out of the drugs that had you out.
Yeah.
They had to put you back under for a second. I mean, I was trying to hold you, and I literally had to use every ounce of my strength to keep you from going crazy.
And I was 3 or 4 years old.
You were fighting mightily. You were a very mighty fighter at 3 years old then. I mean, you were very agitated. And then when you came out the second time, you were like calm as could be. They said that.
No, Adam, I invited you last year. I do remember that. I think you had a tournament or something. I remember inviting you.
Well, Adam, you're invited this year, so don't have a tournament that day.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't. We don't know the exact dates for the player grades yet, but like I said, I will. I want to make sure I can get at least 4 people. Like I said, be quiet the whole time. I'll be quiet the whole time.
You want to get 4 total, other than you?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'll let them do all the talking. I'll just, I'll be like, hey, you talk, you go. What's your thoughts? What do you think?
I'm thinking I'm going to go 4. I already know who I want, but I'll tell you about that after we get off.
That's fine.
Because I might need you to give me all their contact information.
Okay, perfect.
Because I don't think I have all of it. I have one of the ones.
Okay.
All
right, and then, but yeah, I just remember, speaking of you holding me down, didn't you have to hold me down, and like 4 or 5 other doctors had to hold me down with my shoulder after I dislocated it?
Well, yeah, it was three of us. Or it might have been 4. But he had to pop
there's a lot of people.
He had to pop your shoulder back in. Then when you dislocated it, yeah.
Yeah, I remember having a lot of people having to hold me down because they thought I was gonna hurt someone.
Well, you were a pretty big guy.
No, I know.
And it wasn't easy to, if you fought it, it wasn't going to work. So,
yeah.
Well, let's get out of here. It's been an interesting episode. We went farther than I thought. I didn't even think about I'm gonna now call it the Corgi incident.
The Corgi incident. All right, well, everyone, please go follow us on all social media platforms at Royally Quacked. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube. Like Adam always says, like Spike for YouTube. Comment any of your thoughts on Ducks or Kings, or if you like my hat or like my new background, or like what the hell was that Corgi story. And also, if you haven't done so yet, please leave us a rating and review on your podcast platform of choice. On that, let's see, what do you say? The only tournaments I go to are classy, usually first weekend of August. And okay, it was the first weekend of August, I think, is when we did that tournament, the player grades. So that's probably what it was.
Yeah, so that's probably you were probably playing in that, and you couldn't be on the podcast. So
yeah,
but we're not. We'll try to do it either before that, sometime in July, or after the first weekend in August, so you can be part of it, because you're everybody wants to hear Captain Chaos's opinion. The Corgis are very curious of what you're going to say.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 113 of Royally Quacked, and we will see you next week. Let's go, Ducks.
Go, Kings, go. See you next week, guys.
A father and son, a bond so strong. Since